Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks so much for tuning in and checking out today's video. In today's chat, we are going to be talking about obstacles and how we can actually use any obstacles or challenges that we encounter along our journeys to actually facilitate where we're trying to go as far as our goals and the next steps that we're looking to create as the creators that we are. But before we get started, if you guys haven't already, feel free to just take a quick minute to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And make sure that you come back and check out the next video because I am working on some additional content. Also would like to hear any suggestions that you guys have as far as what you want to hear content wise. If there's a specific topic in the realm of entrepreneurship, inspiration, creativity, intuitive or intuition, and anything small business related or even marketing and PR, I'm definitely welcome to delve into those subjects as well. So without further ado, and also podcasting, like if there's a guest or some sort of topic that you guys are interested in, I also have a podcast called SOB Style of Business, the podcast. You guys can check it out on Spotify, Apple, Google Play, all the other major streaming platforms. I do feature various entrepreneurs and creatives, and also just like people who are looking to be inspired or people who are inspiring others on a weekly basis. So make sure you check that out. Let me know what you think, and maybe even if you guys have a story that you'd like to share, feel free to hit me up and reach out, and we can see what it works. See what we can make happen. But without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're talking about obstacles and how obstacles are steps. They're not roadblocks. And the biggest thing that I think a lot of us forget is that when we're going through obstacles, if we will take a moment to realize how that temporary challenge or that temporary perceived setback could actually be an opportunity for us to grow within that challenge and to, I don't know, maybe sometimes it's an opportunity to see why we're being redirected to do something else or why we are actually being called to stop and take pause in whatever it is that we're doing. It's a blessing because it gives you an opportunity to think. It gives you an opportunity to stop. It gives you an opportunity to really take an assessment of whether you are on the right track. And even it might seem like things have been going great for a while, then all of a sudden you run into a pause. You might need to take a break or rest. Sometimes we could be going too fast and not really realize it. But I really think it's just a matter of perception, and how we perceive that obstacle is really what makes it an advantage to us along our journeys. And as an entrepreneur myself, someone who's like highly creative, and I just enjoy creating and strategizing and consulting and coming up with ways and ideas to be creative in any field of work, or if it's a specific project that I'm working on, what I find more times than not is that when there is an obstacle or a perceived challenge, what that really means is it gives you an opportunity to really be more creative. Maybe something isn't working because there's a better way of doing it, if you look at it that way. Or perhaps the goal may need to be reassessed. Think about the goals. And also, too, another thing to add as far as an advantage of having an obstacle or a challenge or setback is building a character within you. It's building a character trait that you need. It's teaching you resistance. It's teaching you how to persevere. And it's actually just helping you to set the foundation to be better moving forward. One of the most important things to remember is that when we set goals for ourselves, we really may not know all of the steps. I know sometimes you can get started with a goal. You'll know like a first few steps that you need to take. And at the end of the day, it takes for you to actually get into that journey and to move within that journey in order to figure out whether you need to turn right or to turn left. So you won't actually, basically what I'm saying is you won't actually know what works for you until you actually do it. And by going down that path and realizing like, oh, there's an obstacle or setback, like I said, it just really just gives you an opportunity to do things in a different way or a better manner than you may have initially thought of. And then also obstacles can save you from a headache down the line. Think about it. If you're moving forward with an entrepreneurial goal, or even within your career, if you're working on a project or an assignment, all of a sudden there's a huge hiccup or something that comes into play. Had you not had that obstacle or challenge, you could have continued with the work and then later realize that when you're turning in the final project, that quick obstacle that you overlooked, or had you taken the time to really assess what you should have been doing as far as like just, really analyzing what was going on or asking questions or just trying to figure out whether you were taking the right steps, If you move forward without looking at that, it can cost you time, it can cost you money, it can cost you a project, or and it's just unfortunate that sometimes when we run into those obstacles, we feel like it's a setback that's taking us off. And I do understand, like, sometimes you are under pressure, a deadline, but also if you look at it from a different perspective and just understand that any obstacles that we come across are not by accident. Everything has a reason for occurring, and we definitely need to look at that and just delve deeper into understanding why that is occurring. So it's just a matter of perception, and I really feel like if you can just really grasp the idea of an obstacle or a challenge, that is really just kind of setting you up for success. And you just got to learn how to handle it. You got to learn how to be persistent and understanding that obstacles are an everyday occurrence. It's not going to stop happening. There's always going to be something that needs a little extra time and attention. You can call it obstacle, you can call it challenge, you can call it setback, you can name it whatever you decide to. But at the end of the day, those are the things that really make us stronger. They make us more resilient. And more importantly, if you really pour your creativity into it, it will give you an opportunity to do something better that you had initially intended or expected. That's pretty much today's little quick glimpse of how obstacles are really an advantage. And it just takes for you to look at it in a totally different way in light. Hopefully that has been of help or resource to somebody. Feel free to share that with anybody that you feel might benefit. Also, if you guys are interested, I'm going to be creating some additional entrepreneurial-based, inspirational, creative content. So make sure that you check in and see what's going on with the next video. As I said, also too, make sure you check out my podcast. And if anyone is interested in, just going through like their career as far as like creativity and how they can employ the creative aspects of what they're looking to do and really making that into a tangible product or service, feel free to reach out. I am doing some creative consulting sessions and looking to work on some exciting projects for anybody who needs a little bit of guidance or strategy. So just hit me up, reach out. You can also check out my website, which is keetria.com, KEETRIA.com. And until then, my friends, I will check you guys out in the next video.